All right, here we are with Exalted versus World of Darkness, City of the Bull God, Season 1, Episode 12. We're in February 2022, and we have...
Brendan as the storyteller.
Peter as Sir Rajastal, the celestial censor, Solar Twilight.
Devin as End of Sadness of the Infernal Exalted.
Holden as Layla Church, also the Infernal Exalted.
And Sam as Rowan of the Lunar Exalted.
All right, gang. So it's been a little bit. Who wants to give a quick recap on what happened last time?
Yeah, listeners, in case you breathed past that effortless intro, it's been like 3 months since the last session, or like 25% of a year, I think Peter put it down as. So adjust your expectations accordingly with shit we remember about this game.
We have combed through Peter's meticulous notes to make sure that we try to get everything as right as we can, but we might forget a small interaction here or there.
Some guy's going to be like, oh, why didn't they re-listen to our notes? Fucker, why didn't you re-listen to our notes? We say to a fan who definitely did because they listened to the episode before this one. But yeah.
Aggressive way to treat the fans.
They know what they're getting into.
It's true.
Yeah, I mean, if they've made it this far, then yeah.
Fuck.
Alright, so we hang out with some Dragon Kings, and then we found Monsai's old bunker, and then we went back in time, I guess.
You guess.
Something like that.
Yeah, the guy had a Stargate. The Stargate took us to April 1942, and now we have a Nazi pyramid rocket ship base to deal with because they're going to try to rocket ship into heaven to dethrone God. And like, we're not against all of that plan, but they are Nazis, and they do have to go away.
We set the plans in motions.
That is true.
Yeah. You got a whole bunch of Fomori.
Yep.
Rowan went to go divert a river through Dragon Kings. What were you up to again, Rigel?
I think I mostly like hang around with you guys, and in the end, I think I rummaged through Aluf's stuff and found out that he's an angel of some sorts.
Right, 90s guy, for listeners who remember from the last episode.
Yes, Aluf, I believe is how I pronounced it last time. But yeah, he's an angel of some kind.
Yeah, his name is Aleph. Aleph, not Aloof, Aloof.
I mean, might as well be.
Yes, and then I believe that we all ended last session with you all coming up out of the river that had been diverted to the
Ziggurat.
That's the word I was thinking of. To the ziggurat, and preparing to fight Nazis.
Yeah.
So we start back up with you guys rising from the river. Is there anything that you guys wanted to do before we get right into this? Any last minute? No, I did this.
I mean, obviously go to Warform, but
I mean that's definitely a no. I did this.
Yeah, I'll suit up in my. I have battle armor, like I've always had it. It's a cast ability where I put on that Power Ranger looking suit of mirrored material and helmet that I summoned from a demon. It's an infernal cast power. It's not been explained. It's called Urge of the Destroyer. No, it's called Crown of Glory. Look it up in the book. It's free. It's a free book. You could be reading along with us. I have Crown of Glory, so that's why I have my armor and my signature weapon, a shoulder-mounted, looks like an eel, assault rifle made out of my essence. I'll activate mind hand manipulation specifically so I can have my levitation going for this. Do you want me to roll, or can we just say I take a number because I'm going to spend essence on it?
I'm cool with you just taking the number for that. If you want to just have it be for. Wait, no, doesn't the amount of successes determine how much you can lift or whatever?
Yeah,
so then
I was going to grab like a 5 or a 6 on it because I've been rolling real high with my excellency.
I'd say give me a roll. Give me the roll for that.
Yeah, no problem. I can do that.
Also, since
Plus occult, diff 6. Oh, I got to remember how the system works. Int.
this
Hull.
also means you're probably going to be flaring anima.
You bet.
And break the surface of the water.
So that's 12. Peter's dice roller. And ones don't subtract. Do we get double 10s? Is that a thing?
If you have
If you have
specialty.
specialty.
Okay, I'm pretty sure I don't have a specialty for mind hand manipulation, and that's right, I don't, so that doesn't apply at all. Okay. 4 successes.
Okay. I need to.
So 500 pounds.
Okay, so you can now lift up to 500 pounds.
And myself. That's just a 3 success thing you can do.
Okay.
Perfect.
Red. That's pretty big. That's that's at least I'd say 2 people.
Yeah, it's a
Or
real
one
fun trick.
really cyborg Nazi.
Or one or one cyborg Nazi.
We were watching Disenchanted recently, and there's like a monk trying to solve things with nonviolence, and an ogre just grabs him gently by the head and shifts him over the edge of a hill and lets go, and it's just a smooth animation moment. It's going to be like that, dropping people off cliffs that are heavy.
Okay. Anyone else got any rolls to make before the bloodshed begins?
I do not have a roll going. I don't. Well, actually, hang on. So, describe the state of floodedness of the ziggurat, if you would.
So the ziggurat and everything here, so the river has been completely diverted to basically come right up to the blast pad that the ziggurat is basically being put on top of. The lower bits of the blast pad are actually slightly moist, like as that the river is kind of like running through here. And the like it's not going to get much higher than this. Like you're not going to I really don't think that this river is going to drown out the ziggurat, but it is there's a lot of moisture in the air around here, as you know would be normal in Hollow Earth anyway.
Are there any Nazis like splashing around in the water, or are they all high and dry?
Yes, there are there's the river did kind of get diverted by magical means. This wasn't like a slow process; it just kind of happened. And they like are kind of stunned and like looking down at like their boots that are now kind of like soaked, as that like the rivers the banks of the river are slowly like kind of turning towards them and like moving. So there are a few that are in there. None are like fully submerged, but there are quite a few who are like their feet, or even like one or two where that like up to the knees is underwater.
Cool. All right, so I'm taking a moment to Shantai up, that's my sort of goat centaur, big jagged blades for arms,
Right.
and ram horns. So that's going to be fun when that comes surging out of the water. But before that, I have Frothing Devil Catalyst, where I just open up I make myself into a bridge between here and the hell of boiling oil. And let's see. Oh, yep, that means I'm glowing too. 1 essence. And I need to make a manipulation plus empathy roll.
Against difficulty 7.
Mm-hmm. Empathy is a key skill for me, so I don't have one to subtract. Hmm. Only one success.
Oh no.
I mean, one success is still uh, 10 yards worth of boiling water. Do you turn it into boiling water, or because I do see that this gives you a couple different options?
So, basically, all liquid in contact with me becomes furiously boiling grease and acid with gobbets
Oh,
of partially rendered centers floating around in it.
okay.
So that's
I
so that's the river out to about 30 feet around me.
Okay. Yeah, I read that as grease or acid for some reason. Never mind me. That's horrific. Um, damage of 3 lethal that they got to soak. It's not like they were expecting the acid to turn into, or not the acid. Wow, they weren't expecting the water to turn into acid. So let's see. The acid would just be lethal, I believe.
No, this is just they're not. 3 levels of lethal damage per turn that they stay in the boiling acidic backwash.
Hey, just double checking. You've tapped us with fathomless poison haven,
Yes,
right?
everybody is several days of that.
Yes.
Several
Okay,
days worth of that built up on them.
Thank
I
you.
just wanted to. I trusted, but I wanted to verify.
Yeah, the rest of the team cannot drown and they cannot be hurt by liquid in any way.
Oh, I'm gonna drink so much bleach.
I could waterboard y'all with the stuff and it wouldn't bother you in the slightest.
It's like GLaDOS. I could take a bath in this neurotoxin, and I would feel fine.
Now the bad news is this is a big body of water that I've just transmuted in this way, so the boiling acid is going to disperse after a few minutes, but they're going to be an entertaining few minutes.
Oh boy, are they? Um, I think that we kind of talked about this a little bit earlier that with planning for this, but basically, the Nazis as a whole are going throughout this encounter are going to have a major health pool, and or a shared health pool, I should say, and we were saying that area of effect abilities probably should do more damage than average. Yeah, they did not get any successes on that soak roll.
Ooh, that's bad for them.
Yeah, so I'm
That
gonna.
would be what do we say, like triple?
Yeah, that sounds about right. Triple. I think that's what we
Okay,
were saying.
yeah,
So yeah, so that's 9 damage to the whole Nazi health pool.
I told you this was going to go fast.
Yeah, you did, but sometimes I just wanted to make sure I could give you guys at least a little bit of a challenge, maybe. So that's within the first couple seconds. The Nazis are as soon as that I guess you're starting to rise up and the water turns into this fleshy filled acid and grease. There are dudes that are just screaming as boots are melted into skin and then legs stop working and then they just kind of fall into the mess. It's really rough. I'm sure there's a great anime out there that has a great gif about what's happening. So, I suppose now that you guys have shown that something bad's about to happen to these Nazis, I think now would probably be the best time to roll initiative.
Oh, and we have that button on the sheet that Peter automated.
Right.
Yeah, so it's who's going to press the button?
Yeah, how does it work, Pete? Maybe you should press
Someone
it.
press the button.
All right, I'll press the button.
Google's putting my account too much because I have 2-factor authentication on. So I can't authorize this.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to press the button. It stopped me.
Someone pressed it in here beforehand, so
I pressed the button. It
it's
worked.
going. It went.
A script attaches document needs your permission to run.
Yep.
Continue.
All right.
And we all have Crypto Locker.
Great.
Choose an account. I have to sign in with Google.
I got the button pressed.
Oh, God. So do the numbers change? Wait, why are
It
Inky,
did.
Blinky, and Clyde there? I got rid of them.
Well, they're somewhere, right? So when we need them, they're available.
Okay. I mean, they're not in 1942, but yeah, you got it.
Where are the Nazis? God damn it.
No.
What's the Nazi initiative modifier?
Okay, the Nazis initiative.
Oh yeah, we probably should have put them in first.
yeah, just a little bit. We're great at this. Nazis.
I was really excited about my 15 initiative.
The Nazis initiative modifier is a 5.
Oh, yeah, Roan's going first.
Well, I have to press the
I was
button
going
again.
first, yeah.
What? You don't have to press the button again. Just give the Nazis either Inky, Blinky, Plinky, or Clyde's initiative.
Oh, shit, you're right.
You got 4 to choose from. Pick one.
What's your ruling, GM?
Here, I'm gonna roll a D4 real quick.
Oh my God.
The button
This is
is
a
has definitely sped this up. Wow.
It will
It
after the
has.
first roll.
Who's number 4?
Right.
Clyde.
Okay, then they get Clyde's initiative. So
The second
so,
worst one.
so an 8. There we go.
They
All
are
right,
at
we
8.
did it.
We did
Nazis
it.
go last. Fuck you, Nazis.
Okay. So, looks like Rowan's first. Then
Rowan, how would you like to do this?
I am just going to... what's the nearest Nazi that looks like the biggest person? And I'm going to leap out of the boiling acid and just sprint for them, like beeline anger in the eyes.
There's a Nazi who looks horrified as that his comrades are being boiled alive in the river that used to be an okay river and also didn't used to be exactly right there. He is fumbling trying to get his rifle to work.
Okay, so this is a dexterity. Should I use my... Let's just use the excellency just for fun.
Just for funsies.
Just for funsies. So that'd be brawl. Yes. Then add... Oh, jeez, man, it's been so long. It's not favored. I have 1 to subtract. Okay. Still 7 successes.
Jesus. Okay. So you're gonna definitely hit. Because he's fumbling. He's trying to get his gun trained on you.
All right.
So then you hit. I definitely remember how to do damage. What's your damage?
It is strength plus 2. So I roll those correct?
Yes.
Okay. The 7.
I figured that if I say something wrong, Holden will correct me.
That's 4 points of damage.
Okay.
Actually, I was reading my sheet, so I didn't even hear that.
Okay, maybe it's just because I get things mixed up. I just want to make sure. Do threshold successes add anything to damage, or is that
Yes.
just exalted?
Yup.
Oh, they do.
Oh, buddy.
Threshold successes. So if you hit 1 success, that adds nothing. 2 successes adds 1. 3 successes adds 2.
Okay, so then Rowan, you rolled 7, so that means add another 6 dice to what that you had rolled before.
Okay, so let's add 6 dice, which is -1, so 3 successes total.
Okay.
Think it made my roll worse.
Wow.
Adding 4 dice.
Okay, so you run up and just, as this guy is fumbling with his rifle, you just rip him to shreds. as there is yells in German around you as like more people are becoming aware of the horrors that are going on, and things are getting real intense, but people are like still very much freaking out.
Yes, as they should be.
This is not a place of honor.
The next is a 3-way tie between the three of you.
So that should probably, I guess, go down order of highest initiative mod, which has another fucking tie in it.
Of course it does.
Highest dex, highest dex.
Well, your End of Sadness is first.
Okay, End of Sadness will come out of the water, but the water won't leave them. Like I will use my mind hand manipulation and my many invisible hands, which are not unlimited, I know, but I have enough of them to keep a sphere of acid water around me as I rise out T-posing like Christ on the cross. End of Sadness will then move forward through the Nazis, through them with a bubble of acid around them, directly towards our location, making sure the bubble like goes out and in to like grab people who aren't awares. I'm just gonna go right through, and it's not gonna be nice and it's not gonna be what am I looking for? It's not gonna be surgical. It's not gonna be clean. It's not gonna have like mathematical precision, like whatever mind manipulation is supposed to have. It's gonna be sloppy, spilly, like someone with a water jug just pouring shit all over the place as they hover on through. So people are getting casually sprayed with like a liter of acid every once in a while.
Oh, Lord.
500 pounds worth of acid.
This is horrific.
Yeah.
But hey, they're Nazis.
Do I have to roll for that? I'm just trying to cause as much damage as possible. Like I'm just spraying people in the eyes, on their clothes. As we're going through, I'll just like if people don't get out of the way, I'll just engulf them like a slime in D&D and just move forward.
Dex and Throne?
I would say either Dex and Throne or whatever your mind hand manipulation roll was.
I think I think Mind Hand gets its own little dice pool for pulling off neat tricks. Is how it works.
That.
Yeah. So I think my 4 counts as its own pool, so I'll just do 4 dice. No successes.
Oh no.
It's 4 dice. So I'm not trying to kill people, I'm just trying to cause harm as I go through.
You are causing harm, and there is definitely chaos, but there are no, there's some dudes who are burned, and people are freaking out, but with no successes, you don't, murder anyone on your
That's fine.
T-pose.
The night is young.
Next would be Layla or Rigel.
Do you want to go first?
I guess I can go first. And Rigel just raises up from the water, covers his mouth with a handkerchief, like, oh, it smells awful in here. And then, activates his black shards falls like ice as he takes his martial arts stand and makes some pillars of jagged, black rock just shoot from the ground and, impale a couple Nazis for, how much did I roll here? 4 lethal damage in an area.
Oh. Okay. I'm gonna see. These guys do have some armor, so I'm gonna see if they have a chance to soak any of that. Nope. Dice rollers really hating me tonight.
So do we track this health thing individually, or is there a group? How much?
I am currently just tracking it on my notepad.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
You just did 12. You just did 4 damage, you said?
Yeah.
And then we're tripling it, so that means that you have just doubled the entire damage that they have taken so far.
Huzzah.
They are currently at 24 dead out of a total of 150.
Okay, that's a good opening.
Yeah.
No,
great
wait,
opening,
triple
yeah.
that.
There's like a few who've seen combat before and are stealing themselves, and I feel like you just kind of notice them and do the thing, and then the one group that was about to start firing just kind of explodes.
They've seen combat before.
Yeah, a few of them have.
What they probably haven't seen I say probably because mage. What they probably haven't seen is a centaur with ram horns exploded out of the water, wrapped in this radioactive green nimbus, with a sigil like a key with an eye on it blazing on her forehead. Huge, jagged brass blades for arms. Leap clean over Rigel. Body enwrapped in broken masonry and steaming brass as she lands, because I'm armoring up with Viridian Legend Exoskeleton. And then charge straight up the steps of the ziggurat, slashing with those blades as she goes. And each Nazi she cleaves through, just a moment later, erupts in a green radioactive fireball, spraying steaming bits of Nazi all over his fellows.
Okay.
So that's my 2 essence budget. Oh wait a minute, fuck! I can't do that. Can I have Viridian Legend before I got out? Because I would have.
Yeah. That's
Okay,
fine.
yeah,
That's why we were asking.
Wait, no, wait a minute. Green Sun Nimbus Flare is only 1. I can do both. Never mind, don't need it.
Okay.
The stunt. Yeah, I misread. I was looking at the cost per crown with Furies 2, Green Sun Nimbus Flare is 1. So that's my 2 essence budget, is armoring up and throwing Green Sun Nimbus Flare on my attack, which I should actually roll that attack now.
Go for it.
Let's see.
I'm so glad we aren't doing this in the actual Exalted, because this would have been like 10 minutes here.
Okay, but in fairness, the prep would have been just, I have a battle group.
Yeah. We have a battle group, and we have an essay over a character sheet. Let me ready my battle charms.
Dex 4, Brawl 3, Key Ability, no specialty. Oh, shit. What ones are not supposed to subtract? There we go. 5 successes.
Okay.
7 dice. Jesus Christ. Let's see.
So that'd be 4 threshold for you, and then strength and whatever else adds into there.
Yeah, sure, that's strength 6 plus 2 for the blades.
So it'd be 12 dice, I think?
Yeah?
And is this doing aggravated damage? Or just lethal?
So after I roll this, I will do 5 strength. Hang on. Yeah, I will be doing 5 levels of automatic ag on the back end.
Oh, okay.
Where does that come from?
Green Sun Nimbus Flare.
Ah.
So, 12 dice at diff 6. Well, that sucks. I only got 3 successes on 12 dice.
Oof.
Oh.
So
And,
that's-
5 ag on the back end.
I mean, to be fair, we've all kind of rolled low. It looks like finally we've come to the point where we're not rolling like rock stars for once.
Oh,
Next time we
man.
use our excellencies.
They managed to actually soak 1 of that damage. Ooh.
Someone somewhere just merely got knocked off of his feet and took it into fucking body armor.
And then the Green Sun Nimbus Flare, that's ag, right?
That is ag.
Okay. And is that also... That's striking a target, though.
Yeah, this is not AoE. This is just me sweeping.
Okay. They can't resist. They don't... these guys do not have aggravated resistance at all. So that's just another 5 damage added onto the chart. You guys are at 31 now. But yeah, like you just go through and just clown on these guys. One dude with a rifle ends up rolling out of your death path somehow, but past that, like the dudes around him are just erupting. So that was all of you guys. Is Whispers there with you? Well, Whispers goes on a 5 if he is.
Yeah, no, Whispers ain't here. I don't know where I left Whispers, but it wasn't into the fight.
In that case, then the Nazis are going to get a chance to go and attack you.
Oh, during this, does like a swarm of mutant monster dinosaurs come on in and take away the wounded in front of them? Because it'd be rad if that happened.
Are they acid resistant?
Yeah, they
I mean,
might have a little trouble getting through the shallows we put around this.
Some of them are flyers. I did specifically grab flyers to swoop on in and do this for psychological warfare elements.
I will have, since we didn't roll on them to come in on the initiative, I'll have them come in as like
They're not
an
supposed to be. Yeah,
like an environment thing that happens at the end of the round.
Exactly. They're not supposed to be stat blocks of monsters. It's supposed to be a thing that happens. It's a tag on the environment. You know, it happens to people who are too wounded to fight anymore.
So the Nazis are going to make. Basically, they're going to all make attacks on you guys, and then one of you is going to get attacked twice.
Okay.
Hopefully me. I'm fucking telegraphing.
I think that Layla, being the giant scary Minotaur, or not Minotaur, Jesus, centaur. That's the opposite parts. The giant scary centaur probably has everyone's attention.
Also, like halfway up the fucking pyramid, I can do 48 rounds on it.
Oh, fun.
Without a flat out sprint. 96 if I just decided to use up my action to haul ass.
So I'm going to roll those 2 to see if I hit Layla at all.
I probably will. I'm not.
I got a 1 and a 5.
Yeah, that's fine.
So let's see.
I got 12 soak.
Right. So they're all using rifles to fire at you. The first one is going to roll damage. Wow. 2 damage.
Okay. Let's try my 12 soak. 3 successes.
Okay. So the bullets just ting, ting, ting off your armor, or just get absorbed into your flesh, however you want to do this.
Yep, they're just sparking off my exoskeleton.
And then the one that rolled a 5 on this is going to... This might be the one that's going to be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever that is, that's like... I feel like that there's like a sharpshooter on the top of like the ziggurat who like has an actual scope on their rifle and like shoots at you because they just got 6 successes.
Oh, shit. I got 7.
Oh, shit. So
Okay.
what does that look like? Like, did they like try to go for like the head and it just didn't work?
Yeah, it hit me dead square in the cast mark, which is currently covered by a large glowing brass plate. So bang, right in the eye of the key, and Layla, her head just swings around and fixes on that guy.
You see this dude about 2 staircases up the ziggurat, because it kind of like goes up and then it like flattens out a little bit and then it goes up and it flattens out. He's like at the top of the second set, and he's far away, but he has this look of absolute horror as he knows that he hit you dead on and it still did nothing.
Soak in Old World of Darkness. It's really fucking fun.
That's how you have it.
I will die defending rolled soak for this reason.
Let's see how that They do against the next big threat, which would be Rowan.
Oh, that's right. You have to save it. You have to save a roll to do this. No, that's right. Well,
For dodging and stuff, yeah.
Yep, you're
Yep.
soaking.
I should be dodging. My thing doesn't require a roll. Jeez. Next time.
Got 5 successes.
and I forgot to save dice to dodge, so I'm just going to soak them, which is just stamina, correct? On save.
Yep, unless you've got like any armor or anything from your war form.
No. Eventually, maybe, but not now. So what's my stamina again? It's 5. This would be a 6 difficulty.
Yes.
Okay. 2.
So on 12 dice of damage for you, I rolled 2.
Oh,
I rolled 2 successes.
and I got 2 successes myself.
Yeah. This is tense. I thought for a second there, but I was gonna put you back into the dinosaur town.
Rowan's a glass cannon. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. So he hits you, but I guess that in your current form, it just like barely does anything to you.
Glancing blow.
Next up, I'm gonna shoot at Rigel.
Oh boy.
I got a success.
Oh boy, maybe I will be able to struggle with my 1 die of, stamina.
Oh no.
No!
Shit.
I actually take a bullet.
That's
You
right.
ta-
And I changed the Twilight anima. It doesn't give you soak anymore, does it?
No, God, it does interesting things.
Yes.
You take 1 point of lethal damage.
Yep.
Unless,
Unless?
Unless.
I don't think I have anything.
I mean, unless he manages to roll a success with his 1 die of soak.
No, I rolled it and I got 0.
Oh fuck.
Can you botch a soak roll?
No.
It does nothing.
You can't botch soak or damage.
Okay.
And then finally, before this round finishes off, I got 1 success to hit End of Sadness.
Oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, I gotta remember how all this works again.
Roll your soak while he's rolling damage, I guess.
5, 7. Fucking.
I think if I remember right, you had some absolute stupid amount.
Oh, it's good. 5, 7, 9. I think I have 9 as
I
like
think
my
you have
my
9.
resting heart rate soak is 9 without doing any effort.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at your character sheet and it says Soka 7 and then +2 from Glory.
Oh yeah, 9. I'm at 9. There it is. I knew I put a shortcut somewhere.
Yeah, it's right
What's
at
the
the top.
difficulty to soak?
6.
Oh man, that's not a high number at all.
No,
3
it's also the
successes.
difficulty to damage. So
He got 2 successes.
No, nothing happens. It just soaked up by the acid water and melts.
Okay. So that is that round. You guys have put a fairly sizable chunk of you've chunked a fair amount of them, and they are finally getting back and kind of starting to organize a little better, and have started like firing back at you guys. You can hear the sound of sirens going off, just kind of like blaring as that to alert everyone else that there's an attack happening, if it wasn't obvious to them already.
no, we should probably get some more work done before they call up a bazooka squad or something.
So I believe that puts us back at the top of initiative.
All right.
Rowan.
We're not adding anybody or anything? Okay.
We
Oh, what was that?
roll again.
All right. Rolling again.
Oh, the button. The button.
The button.
The button.
The button has been
Button.
rolled.
Button.
Oh.
Oh man, the Nazis still go last.
Hey, me and Rowan go first.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I actually forgot for a second that you re-roll initiative every time.
The button makes it easy. The button makes it fun.
90s. No.
It's a new turn.
Praise be the button.
It's a new turn every turn with the button.
Actually, the button makes it not suck. Yeah.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
re-rolling your initiative every turn was a fucking nightmare, but like if you have a button to do it, it's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, instead of having to do my fuck, we've collapsed like 150 enemies into one dude, and it would still have been 5 dice rolls and a bunch of
Right?
No, now it's just one guy just mashes the button.
The button. All right, Rowan, you and I get to go first.
You get to go first. You have the higher initiative mod.
Okay, I want to lock eyes with the sniper, and I want to bring the sniper to Layla. Because that's clearly what Layla wants.
Oh, okay.
So
Grapple rules.
No, I have mind hand manipulation. It's different-ish, right? Right? It's different, right?
Grapple
Oh,
rules.
motherfucker. Are you fucking kidding me?
I don't think.
Motherfucker. All right, it's int plus lower of occult or brawl, and lower of occult or brawl? Are you fucking kidding? Oh, all right, fine. Jesus H. Christ. I'm playing Exalted for lower of? Oh my god. So occult is... No, wait. Intelligence is 3, occult is 3, and brawl is fucking 1 because I'm not an idiot. I bought some brawl just in case. So I get 4 dice. I mean, can I just use my occult as if it's 1 so I get my excellency? You piece of shit system.
Sure, why not?
Why am I so bad at my one cool thing?
Excellency gives you double 10s, Neil Devon.
Now, that is me being a bit of a whiner. This is not my one cool thing. There are many other cool things I have. This is like a minor trick I picked up that I'm begging to be a little bit better out of selfishness.
Yes, I'm totally cool with you being like, yo, I will, for the sake of using my specialty, I will use my occult, but only at the rank of my brawl. I'm
8
totally
dice.
cool with that.
8 dice. Hooray. Fuck this guy.
This guy
5 successes.
So like none of them are trying to dodge, and I'm not about to look up grapple rules because grapple rules are always complicated. I've never run into a system where they're not.
And look, it doesn't give you a range, and it looks like it's line of sight. Holden, was there supposed to be a range for this that's like reasonable?
Line of sight if you can see them.
Okay, I can see this guy because he just shot Layla in the head.
Okay.
And Layla, like many British people, does not like being compared to John Lennon.
What?
Okay.
What the fuck?
So I'll avenge her honor, and I'll grab that guy, and I will telekinetically put him in front of Layla's path.
Okay. You do that. Do you want to do anything else?
Oh, I'm spraying acid over everyone that has eyes and skin.
Okay.
So just, add to the human misery. That's all I'm doing. But Sniper does not get to be up there anymore, and I'll make a big show of it. Like, I'll point, and like everyone will see it happening, and the Nazis will get to know, like, oh yeah, certain people get picked for like glory kills. It's not going to be great, guys.
Okay, so here's a better question for you. So you just moved him towards Layla, but you got a pretty good roll on that. Did you want to move him in such a way where that his like floating legs are like knocking some other Nazis off to?
Yeah, maybe an errant
start adding to the kill count.
Something awful happens. Yeah, whatever you want me to do with that roll as an extra, absolutely.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say use your. What's your current willpower points?
Like 8.
Okay, cool. So that's your effective strength value.
Oh, fuck me. Right. I forgot how this fucking talent worked. I have strength 8 right now.
Okay, so you've got strength 8, and then you said you rolled a 5?
Okay, can I grab some of the building with this Nazi too, just to like spray around at people?
Yeah, sure thing. So then you're going to have strength 8 plus 4 threshold, so that would be 12 on damage that's kind of happening.
You know what? Maybe this is ripping that sniper off the tower and like using my strength to pull the arms down across the tower, like opens up a seam in the building for us. Does that make sense, gang?
That sounds pretty cool to me.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Give us a way to get in that isn't like what do you call it? Like set up with gunners and stuff on either side, like no chokeholds or choke points.
kill boxes, whatever you want to
Yeah.
call them. Yeah, they don't have a bunch of auto turrets there.
Exactly. Now we have a way to get through. Does that seem reasonable?
Yeah,
Okay.
I like it. Well, I can't say that for the GM. Sorry.
Yeah,
No,
no,
I'm asking all of you.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
that sounds great to me.
Okay. So that's what happens.
So let me know what you got for damage.
Oh, you want me to roll dice? Shit. Yeah, I can do
Yeah.
that. No, oh my god. 12 dice. 6 successes.
Okay, I just rolled their Soka 3 and they got nothing, so womp womp. So gonna add 6 damage onto their total Nazi health track. So the gunner that shot Layla gets dragged right down in front of Layla, as well as part of the building that was right behind him. And you guys can see opening up behind the ziggurat. Like the ziggurat kind of has like this ancient, like Aztec looky, like whole shtick going on. Like they're kind of set, like they're kind of weirdly going for aesthetics here. But once you like rip open the wall, like everything becomes very like concrete gray and boring and drab, and like there's some like very primitive looking like technology, not primitive looking technology, but like maybe it's like 1950s 1960s, like just a little bit more advanced than these guys should have stuff going on in there, kind of beeping away.
Awesome.
Magnetic tapes.
My mind has been uploaded to 13 miles of electronic tape.
All right, next up would be Rowan.
All right. Well, there's a hole in the wall, and I'm going to head towards it. So basically, I'm just going to clothesline anybody who's on the way towards this hole.
Awesome.
This time
Okay.
I remember to save an action. That would be a very terrible roll.
Okay, how
Wow.
terrible.
-3.
Boy.
Wow, that is really terrible.
Limit.
Yeah.
Limit. Yeah.
Yeah, that's some limit
Unless-
for you.
Yeah. Huh.
Wow.
How did you botch it?
I think the only way that's going to happen is that I run straight off the ziggurat.
You run the flying, debris of the ziggurat with a Nazi sniper on it.
There's a hole there. I was aiming for a hole, but there happened to be like a bridge between there that I didn't see. I just go straight into this trench.
You had one extra step that blended in.
Yeah, so you're gonna go up the stairs, and as you are about to hit that second flight, basically and try to get inside of the ziggurat, there's something with your footing. You basically fall into a small trap. And you are now you're separated from the group is going to be what that botch is going to mean.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Everybody else sees Rowan storm up the ziggurat stairs and then just kind of disappear, maybe while that you all like kind of turn to look at someone else who's firing at you. But yeah, you all have no idea where Rowan is, unless of course you have some kind of tracking charms.
must have made it inside the building.
Must have.
Only thing that makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
So next up is going to be Rigel.
Okay, how does multiple action work? I increase the difficulty by 1 or 2?
I believe you increase the difficulty by 1, and then
lose
you
one dice.
and then you lose a die.
Yep. And then on your next action, you lose another die and increase the difficulty again.
Okay.
And then keep doing that until you basically cap out at 9 difficulty.
So I do two actions. First one is dodging, which is what, dexterity and athletics, to start weaving around, making myself more difficult to hit. And
So
yes.
the thing is, that's like a full dodge, and that's the only action you can take. What you want to do here is attack and then hold your action back to dodge in response to being attacked.
Okay, so then I would subtract 2 dice from it because that would be my second action.
Yeah, and it'll be
Are they
at like diffy.
+1 or +2 difficulty?
Yeah, and it'll be at like +2 difficulty.
+2 difficulty. Okay, let me. And that will be a botch for when that comes.
Oh boy.
No.
But I do, continue my martial arts battle stance to, create some more, spires of broken glass or what have you, and impale someone else for 2 extra damage.
This round isn't going as well for us so far.
The reversal.
Okay, 2 damage. Then that's gonna triple into 6. So
We're giving them a taste. It's a taste
We're
before we
giving
get to
them a
the
taste.
meat. Before we get to the chewy center of this lollipop.
there's Rigel, you're very good at picking out where that like clumps of them are. Like a couple of them are going for like maybe some of the more heavy ordinances, and you just kind of go no, and the spikes of glass just skewer them. And your dodging is, I wouldn't call it graceful, but we'll see. Maybe they'll botch too.
I mean, shit, yeah.
We can only hope.
Technically, if they don't roll any successes, you don't even need to make your roll, so we live in hope.
Well, we'll see whether I get that limit or not.
Okay, and then finally, it's going to be Layla this turn.
So, Layla has got the sniper in front of her.
Yes.
Yes. Oh.
Take him and use him as an aggravated damage-dealing weapon.
Oh, that's the plan.
He's freaking out. He's just yelling 9 a lot.
He probably doesn't speak English, so he probably doesn't quite. And definitely, it's too early for him to get the reference when she growls "Nazi punks, fuck off," and then impales him with one of her arm blades, lengthwise. And the entire Third Reich here gets a chance to see him just hanging there impaled on the blade for a moment, before his body begins to swell from within with hideous emerald radiance. At which point she whips the corpse off of the blade right into a big pack of Nazis, where it explodes.
Infernals don't mess around.
No, apparently they don't.
And then I'm charging again to draw more fire, since I seem to be the bulletproof one here.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's. Let me make that roll again.
Yeah.
Yeah. I should actually just keep that plugged in, so I don't have to keep fucking recalculating it like a moron.
This is going to be horrifying.
A little bit. So that's 3 successes.
Okay. Well,
It's
I mean, you
horrifying to see
definitely
totals
hit.
without an excellency.
So that's whatever your normal damage is, +2. And then you toss him and explode him. What is the thing that causes him to explode?
That is Green Sun Nimbus Flare.
Oh, okay. Green Sun Nimbus Flare again. Okay.
Technically not an AoE, I'm just being fancy.
An injection of hydrogen peroxide.
So 10 dice, and then 5 ag on the back end. So 10 dice. 4 damage plus 5 ag. 4 lethal plus 5 ag.
Well, he got a -1 on the soak, so dealing 9 damage to them.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
So to let you all know that at right before we end the second, or right before they get their round to go, they are currently at. You guys have taken out a third of them. Wow, there is a whole just small graveyard that needs to be made for these guys. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. We've remembered something.
yeah. Well, turnabout's fair play. I think that's the phrase.
I thought you were remembering that there won't be a graveyard because the vultures are circling.
Oh, yeah, that too. I should probably get to that.
I wonder if I can start chasing them into the boiling fat. That would be fun.
So, I'm going to give them a chance to try and fight back.
Okay.
Layla wants to take the horrors onto herself, so I will again be targeting Layla twice.
Yay!
Actually, we're going to be doing something fun here. I'm going to actually be targeting Layla 3 times because I'm going to give something fun to Sam.
Yay!
Oh boy.
Okay, Layla. To hit you, I got 6, 5, and a 2.
7. Zero and 4.
Did you
How
say
the fuck did I get 0 on 12 dice? Fuck this thing.
I don't know. Was that for your first soak?
Yeah, 7 and then nothing on the second soak and then 4 on the last one.
Okay, so 7 on the first soak. You can soak it. You got they had gotten 4 successes on that. The next one. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah. I biffed on the really large hit.
No, on the really large hit that you biffed on, I rolled 0 successes on damage.
Oh! Those
Yeah,
were,
I was telling
those were
you
attack rolls. Okay,
Yeah, those
never
were attack
mind.
rolls. Yeah.
Okay, we can just scrub all the soak rolls if you want. I don't care.
And then
4 for the last one.
4 for the last one. They got a 5 on that one.
Oh, so
you take So you soak the first 2, and then the last one, some dude actually manages to get off a good enough shot that is on one of the few parts that you're not super armored on.
So the funny thing is, in Shentai form, not only do I get a fresh, clean health track, I have an extra 3 bruised health levels.
So they're barely doing anything to you.
This thing, if you look at the spreadsheet we're using for the combat tracker, I just took a lethal damage 3 black squares past the end of my health track, or before the beginning of it.
Okay. So next up, I'm going to see if Rigel's going to get a point of limit for trying to dodge. I rolled a 2, a 1, a 5, a 3, a 5, and an 8. So with 1 subtracting, I got 0 successes. So Rigel doesn't even have to dodge.
Huzzah! I run straight into some incompetent Nazi that drops his gun and fumbles for it.
Excellent.
And then finally, End of Sadness. Aha! Got 4 successes. So they're going to be... All right, bud, if you want to roll those soak dice for me, they're going to be doing 1 damage to you.
No, they're not.
They're going to try. Oh, I just realized that Devin is muted.
Yep.
Well, then we will wait until that he gets back to. And so I'm going to switch real quick over to Sam or Rowan. So you have tumbled into a small maintenance shaft inside of the ziggurat.
Oh, could you not hear me before?
No,
you're
you were muted.
You are
Oh
muted.
shit! I was talking that whole time. I'm so sorry. What was the last thing you'd said?
I had asked you to roll me your soak because they managed to
Yes.
hit you, but they only did 1 damage.
Yeah, I have 3 successes on 9 dice, so I don't take the damage. And what I'd said was, I am surrounded by a ball of acid water, so the bullets are not getting to me. I'm doing great right now.
Okay, you are absolutely just screwing with them.
Yeah.
So, swinging back over to Sam, who's in the maintenance shaft.
Yes.
You are down here, and you see a single guy who turned in like full like Nazi, like everybody else is out there is in like some kind of like Nazi regalia, but this guy is like done up to the nines, and he looks to you, yells out something in German, which I assume that you do not speak.
That is correct.
And you see his right arm points at you as the arm begins to unfold and the fist like pulls back and it looks like it's charging some kind of like energy beam.
Wow, this would be a great time to dodge if I could do that, but I cannot.
So he is going to shoot at you.
Oh, this is going to be bad.
See if he can hit you. That's a 3 to hit.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Not with what forces damage works.
Uh-oh.
Oh, let's roll with plus 10 damage.
He's going to be rolling 10 damage dice. So,
Yep, here goes my 5 soak, which I get a 1 on.
he's going to be doing 2 lethal. He rolled for 2, but you rolled 1 soak against it. So
Okay.
you basically like you take like this hot plasma blast like to like the shoulder, and like it kind of like wings you, and it does hurt, but like it's not as bad as it could have been.
Too bad plasma's in liquid, but oh well.
Ow, that hurt. But
Is
I got
plasma
off light.
okay, well, I don't know
Plasma.
science. Okay.
Yeah, it's a fourth state of matter.
Okay, and then as that everything else is going on, you can see like outside there's all those birds that and vultures and everything, and like random dinosaurs that End of Sadness has femorized. They are beginning to come out of the jungle or like dive bomb from the air and start basically like either pulling the corpses away or like just savaging those who have been like maimed beyond like the ability to fight, or even just people who are corpses. They're doing a lot of demoralizing to these Nazis, to see that the natural world also is now against them.
Yup. They are diesel punk horrors, by the way. Like engines and machinery, and like they're not made to look cool. They're made to look like 70s, 80s style movie monsters. I ruined these animals.
Okay. Rowan, if you could please push the button for us.
Button has been
Button,
pushed.
the button, the button.
The
The
button's
button.
working. It's working. Oh.
Oh shit, Layla.
Can I have my Shentai initiative?
Yeah, it's right there on the sheet.
No, can I use it?
Well, doesn't it? That is you though. That's you right now. You're the Shintai, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Like that's your initiative. That's Layla.
Yeah,
initiative on
that's
12.
your initiative now, Layla.
Like that's the version of your character you're using.
Yeah.
Uh,
But look who actually goes first.
somehow I got.
Oh,
both
no.
Somehow of our party, I got both the highest and lowest initiative.
I did not see that coming.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Wait, can I use both of the initiatives and go twice? No, okay.
So
Oh,
that's
shit, but look who got,
see,
who
Holden.
got actual highest.
Holden. You had
No.
every chance in the world to play a Sidereal where you could have pulled shit like that, and you chose not to.
Okay.
Play Chronicles of Death as Lunar. You can make a perfect copy of yourself that has access to your charms.
So, in this case, the Nazis are all going first, which means that I guess that you guys get to choose if you want to try and dodge.
Yep, you can give up your action to do full defense.
Now, question, is that a thing that has to be declared before I roll or after?
Believe it has to be declared once you declare an attack, but before you roll it.
You guys all know where everybody's getting at least one. Layla's getting
I'm just gonna soak, even if you put.
Layla's turned into the soak monster.
Well,
So
I'm still holding my action, so I could use that.
I know you used it up last time. Fresh
Well,
round.
no, we didn't use it because the Nazi missed, so I wouldn't have used it. I just rolled it ahead of time.
I just in that case, you ended up not having to use it.
Yeah.
okay.
It doesn't carry over to the next round.
Okay, so let me know. So they're all going to be trying to attack you guys. Do you want to do any of you guys want to do a abort action and defend?
I
No,
think I'll
have to.
yeah.
I choose not to.
Okay. Let's get the attacks on Holden out of the way.
Yay.
Okay, so the first shot that goes to hit you jams. The gun jams, and then the guy does the thing that you're not supposed to do, where you look down into the barrel. So,
And he hits the gun to clear it, and it works.
yeah, he hits the gun to clear it, and it works right when he's looking at it. He rolled a -3. What am I going to do?
Ooh.
That
I'm going to count that as AoE damage just for how bad that is. So,
Ooh.
oof. He might have taken out his guys behind him.
Not the smartest, nor the brightest.
the master race, ladies and gentlemen.
So the next one to hit is just a regular hit. So that's going to be regular damage. Let's see how much that is. Wow. 6 lethal coming your way, Layla.
Ow. 7 successes on a soak roll.
Wow. Did they just like try to shoot your eye and then like your cast mark just like moved down to like block? Holy shit.
Yeah, I'm thinking that caught me like on the thickest part of the armor, dead center over the heart.
Yeah. And then the final roll, 1 success for damage.
1 success for soak.
Wow.
Yeah, I got 2 ones. So
This dice roller is feast or famine. There is nothing in between.
Yes, pretty much.
Next up is going to be the guy who
So
shoots
Layla
at...
is just covered in like bullet hit sparks.
Yeah. The next person is going to be trying to shoot down into Sadness. Hit.
Yeah, that's probably for the best.
Six damage coming your way.
4 successes on soak.
Okay.
So I take 2 what?
2 lethal.
Oh no. So that's just an X. Boop, boop. This is the first time No, this isn't the first time I'm doing damage. I've built up an immunity to this. That's why I'm so good at soaking bullets. This is not the first time I've taken lethal.
Yes, you are immune to bullets. Good job.
Except for this one.
Hey, it would have been way worse if I hadn't trained myself.
Oh dear God, I'm an asshole. I'm still soaking wet from the fucking river, and I have not been giving myself the -1 difficulty bonus for boiling sea mastery this whole time.
That's why we covered you in liquid.
Wear a wetsuit.
So a guy goes to fire at Rigel and completely whiffs it.
Oh, my perfect, dodge roll didn't help here. 5 successes on 5 dice.
I mean, I could roll it again to see. Yeah, no, he completely whiffs it with a 0.
I guess I Matrix parry his gun or whatever, and yeah, make him just shoot along.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, and then inside of there, the cyborg Nazi is going to stare at Rowan and begin to basically it shot a shot at you, and then you can see light kind of start to gather in his arm, and then he's going to shoot again.
Yeah, I'm going to abort. Try to escape somehow.
Okay. So he is going to try to hit you with a 3.
Okay. I, on 11 dice, got 1 success.
So he's going to hit with 1 threshold success. And he's going to do 1 damage. Roll me your soak. Wow. This is...
Good lord, what's
need
going
to
on?
invest in either a dexterity or a stamina excellency. I don't know which at this point.
I invested in the dexterity one, that's why I had 11 dice.
Oh my God!
And rolled 1 success, yes.
Wow. Yeah, so he charges his gun, and it hits you, but it doesn't do anything. And he's just he kind of gives you a look as his head tilts in a way that implies it's at a perfect 45-degree angle, and he kind of gives you a very robotic stare and begins to approach.
Oh boy.
Hitting his gun arm. Cheap German piece of shit!
Oh boy.
So that was their turn.
When will our friend Henry Ford deliver us better technology?
Oh.
Devin. Holy shit. Ow.
Can't be. Well, no. You can't be making jokes like that again. I found my inhaler the other night. So next up at a 12 is Layla Church Shintai form.
Sounds like the description on action figure box, but alright.
Arctic Rescue Layla Church.
Kung Fu action.
Desert Storm Layla Church.
Brexit Layla Church. Moving on. Fuck. Alright. Ow. Just bang the shit out of my funny bone on the edge of my desk. The live podcasting moments we all tune in for. Okay. So, yeah, at this point, Layla is just charging down with the Tears of the Ziggurat, sweeping her blades as people go up like radioactive Roman candles, just basically trying to drive the Nazis into the. Well, we don't have a sea. We have a lake. We have a basically a pond of boiling fat, but that'll do.
Okay. So if you're trying to drive them in, I feel like that. So I figure that since that lake is kind of like just an area of effect thing that you can just kind of utilize, I feel like that what that you're doing is some kind of intimidation roll to drive them. Does that sound about right?
Kinda. I'm also killing a lot of them
Okay.
as the means of intimidation.
Okay. So there are two ways that I can see doing this. One is to just roll some roll like your combat roll to just kind of do the thing. Or if you wanted to split it up between your combat roll and your intimidation roll and take 2 actions for this, with a successful intimidation check, I might give you something also cool for like bringing them towards the lake instead of it just being like a thematic thing.
You know, I'll do that. I'll do it. I'll split the dice. I will split the dice pool.
Okay.
The attacks are coming in first though.
Okay.
So that's -1 die. So 6 and +1 difficulty. So actually also 6. Thank you, Fathomless Poison Haven. No, Boiling Sea Mastery. Thank you, Boiling Sea Mastery. And that is 3 successes.
Okay. So then that is your damage +2.
Yup, that it is. So that's 10 dice, and of course, Green Sun Nimbus Flare on the back end. That is 4 successes +5 ag.
Okay. I will let you know that during your obviously not the Green Sun Nimbus Flare because none of these mooks can soak that. But during your rampage through them to try and herd them like cattle, some of them do manage to soak a little bit. Basically, I rolled 1 success on that, so you're pumping basically 8 damage into them right now.
Mm-hmm. Now,
but they are absolutely like horrified by what you're doing. You're herding them towards the boiling river, and they're like, let's see how that they react to this. If they're wise enough to what you're doing.
So what would the difficulty on my charisma plus intimidation have been?
The difficulty on it is going to be a 6, but I'm going to say that you need to beat their willpower roll that I made for them, which means you got to get 2 successes.
Okay, well, I would modify that down to 5 because Boiling Sea Mastery, but I'm also at +2, so that ends up setting it back to 7. And 4 successes.
Okay. Well, I promised you something cool for this. So, you round up a bunch of them. You have been their main target this whole time. You've been, I don't want to say that you are obviously the most monstrous out of you guys because Rowan is also there and Rigel is just making pillars of glass erupt around people who are trying to get to machine guns.
Mm-hmm.
But you, with your frightening presence, rally a bunch of them towards the boiling river. Sorry. So what that I'm going to do is I'm going to just roll a single D10, and that's how many Nazis that you get in there. Basically, per one, it's going to turn into the area of effect thing.
Okay.
Okay, so I rolled a 7.
That's pretty much. That's a pretty large number.
You got... I'm going to say that at this point, the bottom of the ziggurat and the bottom first level is more or less cleared out, as that you have rounded these dudes up and herded them into the boiling river, where the hell of sinners that have been boiled alive has resurfaced into reality. And
it's doing its job admirably.
oh, it certainly is. I'm sure that there's at least 1 or 2 Nazis in this group here who that, while their souls are being tormented, the irony of being herded like cattle this way will not be lost on them.
Fuck them.
Okay. So, for transparency's sake, you guys are now at 85 on the health chart.
85 left or 85 down?
85 down. You guys have passed the halfway mark.
So when would we like to take our break? Because it's been now over an hour of recording. Will we continue?
I mean, we're still. I'm still good to go if we want to.
I'm still good to go.
Okay then.
Yep, same.
So next up is going to be Rigel, actually, at 12.
I mean, I dodged this turn.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at your PowerPoint, at your other stuff. You're actually at 8. So next up would actually be End of Sadness.
Okay, we can't keep staying here, murdering people by this boiling river, no matter how fun it is, because the longer we do that, that ticking clock of the rocket going off is going to come down. So, End of Sadness is going to use mind manipulation to divert like a fucking pressure stream of acid from the river into the crack they made and flood it. So anyone in there is about to get a waterfall of acid down them, and they're going to proceed into the crack that they made, like in the ziggurat after the acid clears through. I'm not trying to leave you all behind. I'm not trying to force you all to catch up with me. I'm just going to go to the next. I'm gonna tip of the spear ahead a bit and stake out what's going on down there. And if you guys wrap up here, you can kind of like follow on in, because I do think we're on a ticking clock, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I'll progress forward because, man, you guys have, like, we've cleaned this area up real well. So that's me. I'm just going to flood the next area with acid to clear out anyone that might be waiting in the new hole we made, and then I'm going to go on in to get a appraisal of the situation. What does the inside of the area look like?
So first, if you could just make that mind hand manipulation roll to see what the damage is, and I can tell you how many corpses there are in there.
I rolled 3.
3. Okay.
I remember this is that acid that does it do damage over time because it's acid? Gallons and gallons of acid.
It is the kind, I feel like because it's also boiling grease and acid. I feel
it's
like
also boiling.
I feel like that it's the kind of just like they're gone. Like the shock just takes them out. If they're still alive, it's barely.
Excellent. It's 100 gallons I can carry at once, by the way. I looked up the math.
Yeah, I'm going to definitely count that as AoE going in there.
Yeah.
And you said you got 3 damage on it?
Yep.
Okay. Fine. Okay, so you go through the hole that you had made, and the entire you can see in here that there are some to you there's some old looking computers that, like, some of the glass has like singe marks on it, and you can see like reels being turned on there, and there are multiple corpses that look like they're like in lab coats, and like most of them have like melted like Lugers on them.
They should have worn safety equipment.
They should have worn some goggles.
PPE, personal protective equipment.
no one in this room is alive. There's a few melted keyboards and a few.
Wait, is one of these computers alive? Like, is it still online?
There's a few monitors that are flickering on and around.
Not the
But-
monitors, like the actual real computer bullshit guys, the computers.
Yes, a lot of the computers are behind like a thick wall of glass that the acid did not touch.
All right, well, if it's all one networked rig of computers, that charm I have that lets me make things be alive, I don't care how long they're alive for. I'll spend a mode of essence and make it alive, and it's going to know what I want, and that's the Nazis not to launch on the moon, or not to launch their rocket from the Hollow Earth to go fight God. So I'll take control of that machine by looking at it, and it'll start getting to goddamn work, slowing shit down, opening doors for us, or like letting us know if there's a clock anywhere or something. Whatever I can get from this place, I'll take.
Let's see. I assume that let's see. So you're going to
Mercy
make it alive.
What is it? No, not mercy servitude. It's hollow mind possession. So I just make a line of sight, spend an essence, I make a roll, and for minimum a day up to forever, this thing is my loyal servant.
Okay. So okay, so then you roll charisma and higher of computer or technology.
I don't really care. If I have it for a day, it doesn't matter. This whole place is going to be burned down in 24 hours.
Yeah, I know, but you still gotta get the one success.
Oh my god. All right. Charisma plus computer or tech. 3, 8. A moment. 8 dice, difficulty 6. 4 successes, which is technically for the fans. I should be doing this for the fans. I get this thing for a year.
Yep. You get this thing for a whole year.
So I'll levitate a monitor towards me, connected to wires to this thing as it starts being alive and can hear me and stuff, and start tell me what I want to know about this goddamn rocket system. I am looking for a way to stop its mechanical systems from launching, or fuck it up in such a way that it tries to launch and can't launch and it blows itself up. Good old rocket accidents. Let's V2 this stuff. As long as it goes up, it doesn't matter where it goes down.
It trying to interface with you, you kind of get that monitor. It's like one of those old timey monitors that only have the colors of like very bright green.
Yeah.
And, yeah. It's got that kind of look to it, and it kind of tries to communicate with you by making like a face as that you ask it a question. That's just like almost like ASCII art.
Good.
And you can kind of see it like it nods to you and then gives you like a thumbs up, and you can hear the sound of gears shifting around.
Okay. I'll hold on that then while the rest of the party makes their choices.
Next up is Rowan. You already used your turn to
Attempt to abort, yes.
attempt to abort, and I believe that Rigel did as well, even though that no one hit him.
No, I declare that I'm dodging, so I'm dodging.
Okay. So then that sounds like it's time to hit the button again.
The button.
Button is going.
Button
is good. Yes.
That's mostly better.
Yes. It's a lot better.
So, Rowan, I'm going to let you in on a little secret since you're going first here.
Yes.
You're in a maintenance hatch.
Yeah. Is there a good way to get out of it?
Yes, that there is a shaft of light directly above you.
All right.
Through a grate, because like basically the combat that you've been kind of doing with this guy with like dodging and trying to move around, like you guys have kind of moved down the maintenance hatch a little bit from where that you fell in.
Yes.
There's like a grate right above you that you could fit through if you really tried. I will let you know this right now. You're hearing the sound of gears and shifting, and man, this place is a little tighter than it was just a few seconds ago.
I think I do want to get out. Holden, a quick question.
Yes.
At what point do you start showing your anima?
After 3 essence spent, so it's been going for a while.
Not for me. Okay.
Oh, no, you're right. Okay.
All right. So I could have like 1 turn shapeshifted. Yeah, let's just try to get it out the normal way. I'm going to try to leap out of that hatch like some sort of surprise Jack in the Box. Like, hello!
Okay.
How do I do that?
I'm going to say that's probably going to be a dex and stamina roll. Or not dex. Wow, that's a weird thing to say. Dex and athletics. Difficulty is going to be a 6. Obviously, if you got any things to add on to that or charms, do that.
Yes, and I'll be reserving. Okay, so I'm going to refresh my excellency.
It would be so nice if some boiling acid just came right to that hole, but no.
That'd be bad.
Well, for you it'll be fine.
Now I get my
7.
6.
Got 6?
6 successes.
Hot damn, bud. Okay, you burst up through this maintenance hatch. End of sadness. You see the transformed form of Rowan burst up from a maintenance hatch, basically on the other side of the lab that you're in.
Excellent.
Yes.
Sick.
I'm just rolling something for myself for later. Okay.
There'd be cyborgs down there. I don't know why I went to pirate mode.
I don't know why that we're suddenly pirates here.
It's okay to be excited, Rowan. This is a very cool thing we're doing. And if Sadness says, dressed like a Power Ranger, hovering in a pool of acid, holding a monitor up with a demon face on it, talking to a Nazi monolith. The two of us collectively covered in gallons of Nazi blood.
Yes.
Okay. So in that case, then I believe that would be Rowan's turn. End of sadness. Looks like you're up next.
Okay, so this Hollow Mind possessed computer, what has it given us as far as the objectives I'm looking for? I know we have 2 things we want to do. We want to get to the top of the tower to kill Nazi Prime. There's a Nazi Prime, there always is one. We want to fight them. They're going to be dressed up in a mech suit like in Wolfenstein. It's going to be great. In my mind, this is a fact. But we also want to stop the rocket from taking off. So that seems like some of us are going to go into different directions before grouping up for the boss battle, or for the second part of the boss battle, I guess. I don't know how it's all going to go down. But has this computer shown us where I can go to start at least fucking with these rocket engines?
Yes, it has shown you a not very quickly, but it's currently displaying basically the map of the ziggurat, and you can see that the engines are they're basically like detachable booster engines. They're basically for getting the thing up off the ground, and then after that, it has its own like flight stuff that it does.
Okay.
Does it look like is it displaying the map in like ASCII graphics, or like does it
Yes.
look like a dwarf fortress map?
It looks like ASCII graphics.
So I guess I can't ask questions about the booster system until I get to it, but is there some sort of like catwalk or gangway that is holding anything in place before the launch that would like peel off of it? Is there some sort of like what's the word? Some sort of scaffolding system?
There is certainly a when you're looking through this, since this thing is basically your buddy now and will give you any information that you need just free of charge. You see what is basically displayed as a definitely not OSHA approved safety scaffolding.
Perfect. That's where I'm heading.
Okay.
I'll let you know, Rowan, like, hey, I'm going to go to the scaffolding because it's going to fly away from the rocket when the rocket flies up, right? And I'm going to fuse it to the rocket so the rocket goes nowhere and just explodes. Here.
Good luck.
Okay, like if you want to come, you can come. If you want to go fight the Alpha Nazi, that definitely exists. You can do that too. I'm just letting you know what my plan is so you don't go, where's End of Sadness? End of Sadness says, dressed like a Power Ranger, floating in the air, covered in a ball of acid.
Somehow I don't think I will be able to miss you.
Fair enough. Hands up, like, okay, fair enough. See you in a bit. And I will tell people where I went. You know what? Here's a map. I'll just put the monitor down. Tell people this is where I went.
Just hand the monitor to me.
Gently levitate it to you. I can't levitate too fast or it does lethal damage. I gotta be so careful. It's like a physics engine in Skyrim. You might die.
Or hurl me out to the next moon.
Right? It's like you're getting hit by a goddamn giant. So for my action, Brendan, I will begin to make my way to the gangplank, the catway, the scaffolding system that rockets have.
The catway.
The catway. I don't know
I'm just
what
picturing
it is.
like these little wooden planks nailed to the side of the fucking
the fucking
rocket the
soapbox.
Nazis come prancing along on.
The fucking soapbox or whatever it's called that connects the rocket to the rocket facility. I'm going there.
Right. Okay. You will arrive there next turn.
Okay.
After that, it is going to be Layla. Layla, what are you
Weirdly,
doing?
regardless of which initiative we go with, yes, it's me next.
Well, yes. You're right.
Okay, so I've got a notion here. At this point, having just run a bunch of Nazis into literally hell, let me just consult my sheet for 1 second to make sure I can actually do this. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So in addition to this form being fast as fuck, I can also do a running leap from all the way over to where I am to all the way over where Rigel is, and I'm doing that. So
Okay.
Layla just sort of drops out of the sky, hooves sparking, striking sparks off of the ground in front of him, and says, "Climb on. We're heading to the top." And assuming he does, she's going to book up out of. I'm holding the rest of my actions such that if he does climb on, I'm booking it up there and defending him with blades and the armored bulk of her body. Well, hopefully he acts as like a helicopter gunship and just shreds things with kung fu.
All right. That sounds good to me. So, next up is going to be the Nazis, who are all going to be shooting at Layla. Like, everything is just focused on Layla right now.
Cool, and I'm actually dedicating full parry for this one.
So, what do I have to beat for that?
That's a wonderful question. If I'm not, Jesus Christ, if I'm not, I haven't actually done a full parry in so long, and it works so differently in EX1 versus World of Darkness. And I'm actually on the machine where I don't have my entire library of PDFs.
Well then,
Let's
in that
just
case,
say it works like a full dodge, shall we?
yeah, that sounds good. We'll just say that works like a full dodge, and then
It's
that
probably correct, but
that's probably correct. Yeah, we can look it up later.
cool.
I'd rather keep the action going.
Sure. So that's basically I just roll parry against every attack, and I'm going to go ahead and tune up my excellency for that. Finally, I haven't used it yet this whole fight.
Okay, so I will let you know that that they got for the 5 attacks that are going to go on you.
Hang on 1 second. I'm getting my dice pool set up.
Okay.
Sorry. Okie dokes. 13 at difficulty 5. Okay. Ones do not subtract. All right, so
All good?
5 attacks, you said.
Yep. So the first one is going to try to hit with a 4.
And I parried with a 9.
Okay. The next 2 both got 2s.
7 and 8.
Next one got a 0, and the final one got a -1.
I think I'm good.
Yeah, I think you're good.
So yeah, I appear to be just flicking the bullets off mostly with the edges of her arm blades.
Yeah, Layla is charging up the rest of the ziggurat and is basically anything that would have tried to hit Rigel is just getting deflected away. She makes for a fairly good, I don't want to say suit of armor, but I mean, you got some Skyrim horse armor going on here, I guess.
Oh, boy.
Infernal
Rigel,
fantasy.
I believe that it's your turn now.
Oh boy. Additionally, there's any action I can take other than just continue my martial arts here on top of this, warhorse. I guess.
I think that would be the one to do. Besides that, you could always just hop off if you wanted to and go investigate some more of the ziggurat, but I feel like that you guys want to head up to the top.
Okay, I roll 2 damage, my 8 lethal dice.
Yeah, we have to fight Mecha Rudolph Hess.
Okay, so you guys will be getting up to the top on the next turn.
So, initiative time?
Yes, please hit the button. Also, to let you know, you guys are now at 100 dead Nazis out of 150.
Do we get an achievement for that?
No, you have to hit 200 dead Nazis out of 150.
We don't get an achievement. We make sure not a single one of them gets away.
We'll kill all of them, and we go back in time one more time and kill them all again.
I'm game.
Well, I remember this one memory. I remember very specifically from the other session when like the Dragon Kings were like, "Oh, there are these humans here, and there's something wrong and wicked with them, and there's thousands and thousands." See, I'd forgotten we were supposed to go back in time. So when he was talking about 100,000 like Nazis in the future or in the present, I'm like, "Yeah, we're gonna go get them all, right? Like we'll just go clean them up." And it's like, "No, we got to go back in time before there were a lot of them." It's like, "Oh, yeah, okay, but can we clean them up first? That way we get to double dip."
I do remember that.
Can the time machine? Does the time machine have to go back in time all at once, or can I go back in time 1 year at a time so we can kill them all now, and then all of them a year ago, and then all of them again a year ago, and just work our way back year by year?
I mean, I guess if we're playing D&D, I guess that's how you experience farm to level 20, right?
Right. I'm just saying, someone in the world has to have the high score, and if we just keep killing the same Nazis over and over for 60 years, we'll get that score.
Okay. So yes, initiative button.
It has been hit.
Button.
It's good.
Oh, did it?
Yeah,
It's like 5 minutes ago.
The numbers have changed.
I was looking to see if the Nazi
I'm not some
number had
Republican
changed.
serial villain.
Okay.
God damn it. I updated the initiative tracker 5 minutes ago.
Sorry.
I'm not some 3rd edition Dungeons and Dragons player. I did the paperwork ahead of time.
So, first up on initiative is End of Sadness, who makes it down to the definitely not OSHA certified scaffolding below the ziggurat.
I can't stop picturing it as a fucking catwalk now.
There's like lights, there's a stage.
I mean, okay, but in fairness, there are spotlights down here to show people where to weld.
That's good to know. That'll be useful for me.
But are there a bunch of Nazis in chairs, like politely clapping as you
Okay,
go down towards the rocket?
Straight up, now that there are spotlights, as End of Sad is descending, they are definitely telekinetically grabbing those spotlights and hailing them behind them so that bright light goes through the acid water down at people and like highlights End of Sadness. I'm going for the scare.
You're absolutely going for the scare. These people look up as the floodlights start to like these people who were working on the booster rockets look up as that you come in and the floodlights start moving around. They are legitimately freaked out.
Yeah, I can't let these guys live and interrupt my work, so I'm going to start killing them.
That's a good call. Before you do that, can you give me a? I know it's your favorite check. That good old perception check.
I didn't bring my crocodile to make my perception checks for me.
I know.
All right, so it's perception and what else?
Alertness.
Alertness. Of course,
Perception
it's
check.
fucking alertness. Two goddamn dice. What's the difficulty in this goddamn system?
I'm gonna say 6.
5 minutes ago, I loved it, but now I hate it. Hey, I got a 7 and a 9, and maybe it's not too bad.
Wow. Okay. So I'm going to tell you two things that you notice here. The first is that most of these guys who are here and you're about to start just screwing over, they're all kind of hanging off from like pedestals. Like have you ever seen like the dudes who have to do the cleaning on the skyscraper buildings?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what most of these guys are on.
Oh, okay. Well,
So like there's like just a little bit of like wire that's kind of keeping them from taking a real long fall.
all right. Well, I have acid around me, so I'll just gently like raise my finger lazily like I'm drawing on glass, and then Sadness will just direct it to lazily cut through those wires on each side. Like
You just
not even
Okami'd them, you son of a bitch.
like not even both wires, just one. So it goes like, like so one wire's still going on. They can like hold him, be like, oh god, I'm gonna fall a great distance. I'm gonna do that to just all of them.
Okay. The other thing that you notice while that you're down here is there is what looks like on the scaffolding here, there is basically like someone that you kind of pick out as like the foreman, who is walking with hands in his pockets and is approaching you.
Are you going to talk to me, or are you going to try and fight me? Oh, you don't speak English. What am I doing? I spend an essence on excellency, and I'm going to shoot him with the shoulder cannon.
Okay.
Which is like the third time I've done this in this game. I don't use the shoulder cannon all that much. I was going to talk to this fucking guy. He's some goddamn Nazi. They don't understand a goddamn word of English. What am I going to talk to him about? Fidget spinners?
Those haven't even been invented yet.
Exactly, right? I can't relate to this fucking guy.
Actually, in the technocracy, we have just put those into R&D,
8 successes.
and they go on the time and his head turns into a canoe.
8 successes for Otto.
Wow. Wow.
That wasn't even damage. That was just a hit. So that means I roll 14 aggravated.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So 9 aggravated damage to the foreman.
Well, if he's a hit mark, he might be able to soak that.
The foreman takes it directly to the head and just goes right down.
So this weapon is, for listeners' sake, it's an assault rifle from the book. Like with that infernal cast power I have, I can take a weapon from the book and make it a spirit weapon that does aggravated damage. The cool stylization of it is that it looks like a shoulder-mounted cannon that looks sort of like an eel's mouth that's opened up into the barrel, and it makes like a, and it's not like fancy. It's not like, what's the word? It's not like, it's not been made to look pretty or valuable. It's made of like diesel engine parts and the worst parts of a pinball machine, and it's loud and screamy when it fires. It's that kind of aesthetic.
So it looks like a penis is designed by H.R. Giger.
I mean, if you want to ruin it for me, sure, but you go with a better interpretation, okay? You do that for me, listeners. I've been good this year.
Listen, the year's just begun.
Yeah, I know.
So you make mulch of this guy's head. He was basically trying to approach you and try to. Basically he was trying to be sneaky and get the get a sneak attack in on you. He was not successful on that.
He got Giger fucked.
His head basically just explodes and he falls. And as he falls and the other people around here are falling and screaming for their life, you hear the familiar voice of who that you had previously dubbed as 90s Mike, I believe.
Yes.
Aleph, who kind of who is just kind of there and looks at you and goes, "Wow, that was really intense. I see that you are working on disabling the booster rockets too, huh, bud?"
Yeah, could you pick up some welding goggles and help me?
Oh, no problem. I'm basically welding goggles and a welding tool and everything. And you kind of look to him and he's kind of just taking the metal near him and just kind of messing with it by hand.
End of Sadness refuses to engage in that paradigm and will instead use telekinesis to start pick up welding equipment and their own infernal craft charms and start welding this thing so that when it tries to go up, it tries to take the whole building with it, which it won't, which means it'll explode.
Okay. Aleph is going to help you in this endeavor, which is going to cut down the time dramatically that it's going to take you to do this, because as an angel with a path of the forge, he can just kind of do this.
Awesome. Also, our work is going to be enunciated by Nazis who are holding on for dear life on those painter planks, falling and losing, their grip. So good for us, bad for them.
We're the good guys.
Yep.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, when I say Lilith for Evangelion, I mean that kind of pose with their legs just dangling.
Nazis. Any horror is justified.
Yeah.
So that was your turn. Next up is...
Weirdly, it's me once again, regardless of which initiative total we go with.
You're right. This just keeps happening. So I believe then that Layla and Rigel are going to get to the top of the ziggurat.
Where's Mecha Hitler?
So, got some descriptions for you here.
Awesome. Hit me.
First thing that you guys notice is that there are 4 people up here. There are 2 blonde people. Both of them have short-cut military hair. One of them is absolutely a cyborg, and you can tell that he's a cyborg based off of the steam that's coming out of the engine on his back. He might be steam-powered. Probably steam-powered. Or diesel. It's a little hard to tell. And he looks to you surprised. The other guy who is standing next to him looks similar. You might from just kind of looking at him, maybe mistake him for being related in some way. He is distinctly lacking in cybernetic parts, at least that you can tell, and is readying a gun as soon as that you guys cross the area. The next person, as that you see them, is a very small but greasy looking man in a bowler hat and a trench coat that comes up way too high. I hate to reference it, but this dude looks like... Have you ever played the Call of Cthulhu video game?
Which one?
The one on Xbox that went to Innsmouth.
Oh, wow. Dark Corners of the Earth? I mean,
yeah,
in 4 times.
Yeah, this guy looks kind of greasy and like he's got that fishman look that the Innsmouth people have.
The
He
Innsbruck
does
one.
not look right.
Okay.
And then finally, there is one other,
Italian.
like, wow, rough. Rough.
I
And then
think that's what Lovecraft was probably thinking of.
and then finally,
I'm
is
just imagining
one,
Richard Spencer.
and then the last person that is up there is a tall, maybe like, I don't know, like a tall white guy with like black hair that's like pulled back and is just kind of standing there in in a Nazi uniform and staring at you all. And when he sees Layla in the monstrous form, you can hear an audible growl from him. And that's what you guys see when you go up there.
Thank you for taking me, the fragile guy, to this, hangar.
Rowan's going to be on scene soon.
It's cool, Rigel. You can just roll back down the stairs. You're like a slinky.
Fuck this shit, I am out.
I'm going to actually Jesus fucking Christ. All right.
Said you wanted to go to the top.
Well, we're at the top. So, I'm actually going to reserve 3 actions, I think.
Okay.
I'm just going, and I'm going to use my first one. I'm torn between cutting up the cyborg and the Nazi who growled at me. Fucking mouthy Nazis. Then again, the cyborg is most likely to be able to fuck up Rowan, so I guess we'll start with him.
Okay.
So,
Two.
yeah, Layla just comes wheeling onto the scene and takes about half a second to take that in, and then the next second is dedicated to turning the incredible robotic Nazi into spare parts. And I'm going to hold the other 2 back for parries to defend Rowan with.
Okay. I will let you know that this guy does have armor.
That's okay. I have an excellency, so
He has an armor of 4.
all right.
I mean, he's a cyborg. He's mostly metal.
So that at difficulty 6. All dice, difficulty 6. Roll them up.
Now, with armor, I believe that subtracts the amount of dice that you roll.
No, it just adds to the soak total.
Just adds the soak total? Okay.
Yep. So that's 10 successes.
Well, hot damn.
Is it this system, or Crimson of Darkness has like 2 different armors? One that converts lethal to bashing, and one that soaks damage.
Yeah,
and...
that's New World of Darkness. Armor
Okay.
here just adds more dice to soak.
Simpler.
And lets you soak lethal and ag if you can't normally do that.
Wait, so I could be wearing armor on top of all this bullshit?
I think your thing basically is armor, but yeah.
You said you did, how much?
Oh, well, I haven't actually rolled damage yet. Let's see. So that's 8 plus 9. Let's do subtract from that. So 8 lethal plus 5 ag on top of it. Because, yes, I am Green Sun Nimbus flaring him as well. Fuck this guy.
Of course.
So 8L, 5 ag.
Okay then. He manages to soak 7 lethal. So that'd be 1 lethal to him and 5 ag to him. Let me pull up his character sheet on my other thing.
Damn, that is a good soak roll.
Okay. I think that after we go through combat on this round, we should probably offload and then probably set these guys up on the actual initiative table.
Yep.
So that would be because you guys are kind of getting like the surprise round on them here. Because I was not sure if you guys were going to go all the way up to the top yet. So then, after Layla, that is going to be Rowan next.
All right. Well, I'm stuck here with a monitor awkwardly being held in my hands. But I do know I'm supposed to go up, so I will cautiously peek out and then start heading back up to the ziggurat to see where everybody else went.
Are you taking the monitor with you?
Okay, it's just a computer monitor, Rowan. It doesn't have any data in it. It's just it's just a screen
He
with
takes
cables.
the computer monitor with him.
No, put it the
Okay.
fuck. Oh my god. It's literally not the computer. That's just the computer's screen.
I have a computer skill of 1.
Oh god.
So you should do this.
So how far out does he manage to run the thing before he hits the end of the cord and gets like yark like the fucking dog in the front?
Yeah,
Not even out the door.
Those cords are gonna fly out because no one tightened the little thing at the back. If you work in tech, no one does that shit.
No one does that.
The
they are
monitor.
Nazis.
Yeah, right. The monitor powers off as soon as that you pull it too far.
At least you can like bash a Nazi over the head with a big fucking CRT monitor.
Yes,
There you
we'll
go.
do that eventually.
Oh man, when you do it, those things have huge fucking capacitors inside them if they're old enough. So when you do, it's gonna electrocute that guy to death.
Ooh.
True fact, listeners. If you see an old CRT monitor, don't fucking touch it unless you know you've disconnected the power and let the capacitors drain. They can stand there for hours and they will stop your heart. That's a real thing.
Yes, do not do that.
They can keep a charge for a surprisingly long time. If you ever find an old fucking TV, even at the dump, don't break it with anything you're holding.
Yeah, I have very high voltage there. Need to bend that light.
Okay,
Anyway.
so Rowan runs up the ziggurat. Rowan, you're going to get there in just a moment. Do you take the television monitor with you?
I want to smash it over the head of somebody.
Okay, that's fair. So you're going to basically come up at the end of your turn, seeing Layla going like just clawing right into this cyborg man. And can you give me? Actually, this would also, since Layla is since Layla's more focused on fighting things, and I know that Rowan and Rigel are a little bit more interested in more esoteric things. If the both of you would like to give me perception and occult rolls, that would be pretty cool. Difficulty would be a 7.
Fuck figuring stuff out. Throw the monitor at the cyborg. Like this is Far Cry 5.
Yes.
No successes.
And I was going to say, Peter, if you wanted to, your specialty in mages would definitely apply.
Yeah. Literally
6
tens.
success.
You said 6?
Yes, 6 successes.
Okay.
Damn.
And how many did you get, Pete? 2? Okay.
Oh.
So the thing that both of you notice is that basically the top of the ziggurat has a lot of drawings in the center of basically the apex of it, of the ziggurat. The ground of this area has a lot of drawings in it. Rigel specifically notices them as very like they are very similar to ancient hermetic texts and other mage symbols, specifically Order of Hermes, and maybe even some Celestial Chorus stuff is in there. It looks like that they might have like names of like angels written in like old languages. Rowan, the big thing that you notice is that there is a spot here that looks like that it's meant like it's really hard to notice, but for some reason it sticks out to you, especially with Layla going to town on a guy in the middle of this. There's like an area for someone to stand in. You can see almost like feet impressions in the stone, as if that's like in the middle of this ring of like magical scrawling.
Oh shit, that can't be good. I'm going to hurl my monitor straight onto that spot.
And then the computers gain sentience.
All right, now you got to fight the ziggurat. I was not preparing for this.
Oh dear.
It's going to teleport the monitor to heaven, and God's being like, what the fuck is this?
Oh, sweet. Does this thing have Netflix on it?
No, it has nothing on it. It's just a screen.
But it's cracked real bad, so when God picks it up, it fatally electrocutes him.
Stop his heart. Jesus is there trying to...
computer. That's where all the storage is, right?
Jesus is like, clear. Does anyone know CPR? And everyone's like, no, dude, we all died way before that. It's like, clear. Crying, clear.
That's so out of hand.
God's so out of shape.
I was surprised when I transformed to ziggurat, so I could post that to something, but no. Unexplored territory.
Wait, does the ziggurat like grow legs? Is it the robot scorpion from the fucking movie?
This is the robot scorpion from Robot Wars.
If only we had mech rules, Holden, then we could fight the robot wars scorpion Nazi ziggurat before it flies to heaven.
Oh no, it's Majestic Benediction all over again.
All right. So I'm gonna be honest. I feel like that you guys have kind of taken out enough Nazis. I mean, I know that you haven't actually taken out enough Nazis, but I feel like that you guys have taken out enough Nazis that they are no longer a threat to you.
Yeah, they're probably not coursing to follow us up here.
No, they're probably not. And also all the ones that like were down below. End of Sadness is now kind of like just slaughtered by just letting them fall to their death.
Like, we've probably hit like the
peak Nazi killing?
Yeah, like the
Yeah.
Ninja Gaiden saturation point.
I feel that this has only taken like 30 seconds too. Like this went fast.
That.
I don't know. The timer up here says 2 hours. So yeah, it's about boss fight time that I had planned, and Holden already came in swinging. So did we want to pause here and keep going, or what do we want to do? Because I know it is like 12:30 my time.
It is getting late here.
I mean, then we can open next session with a fucking boss battle and the wrap up going back to the future.
Yeah, actually I'm low enough on essence that throwing a boss gauntlet at us would actually be potentially a little tense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I've been extravagantly using it on Green Sun Nimbus Flare to kill for
I'm
Green Sun Nimbus Flare is so good.
It really is.
It is probably the best just pure damage booster in the book.
Yeah, it's
Stupid.
fucking sick. And like it goes with any character. Like if you're an Infernal and you pick up Green Sun Nimbus Flare even out of cast, like that gets you some mileage if you're a social character with a Dota Brawl.
All you need is one success, and like
Right?
the guy is turning most of the way inside out. Yeah.
That's an aggressive. That's a power move. So, listeners, you check for Green Sun Nimbus Flare, and you get back to us.
Let us know if you enjoy it.
Right? Fuck.
Fire and Stone Strikes is in the same ballpark, but Green Sun
Yeah.
Nimbus Flare it's really stupid.
There's a lot for one essence. Put one essence into the dispenser, get 5 egg candies out. That's consistency.
It's so disgusting.
That makes every essence spend being like, this could be 5 egg to a dude.
Is that just okay? But real quick, that's just 5 automatic ag. It's not even like rolled.
Yep.
No, it just happens.
Plus 5 ag.
That's horrifying.
Yeah, just get fucked.
It's good against everything. It's not like an auto win against werewolves, but most of anything else, yeah.
Especially if you're one of those pieces of shit that gets extra turns. Like extra attacks or extra actions or whatever it is.
Stop peeking at my notes.
Right?
Actually, I need to look at that charm again real quick. Let me look here.
Like I'm not saying it works for like, you know, an entire turn. I think it's per attack. But
Yeah, it's per attack.
But if you have multiple attacks, you're still doing that. And I know the infernal multiple attack lets you only hit other people. It's still fucking sick as shit if you have multiple attacks.
Yeah.
That's still a lot to be doing in one turn to 5 different human beings.
Yeah, your big issue there is having enough, having high enough essence to spend enough to multi-Nimbus Flare.
You could call it your big issue, but I'm a little more glass half full. For everyone else, that's their one chance.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody ever killed an entire pack of werewolves in one turn?
Oh, good lord.
There's a good urge to refresh yourself each turn.
God almighty. All right, so we're going to wrap here.
Yeah. I think that was the agreement.
All right, I'll start the sign-off. And that's just what I got to do because I have to start the sign-off. I was Devin.
Brendan.
Peter.
Holden.
Sam.
And this was sponsored by Nobody. Signing off.
This game is a collaboration between A Pair of Dice Lost and sponsored by Nobody Podcasts. You can find us at apairofdicelost.podbean.com and sponsored by nobody.podbean.com. You can find Exalted vs. World of Darkness over at holdenshearer.wordpress.com.